welcome back to Googie's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name is Alexis and I post 2 videos a week on a Tuesday and a Thursday at 7 AM. So if you love a recipe video like this one and you want to see more, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And now I'm going to share with you how to make my delicious barbecue lemon balm chicken on a sweet potato or jacket potato. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make my delicious barbecue lemon chicken with a sweet jacket potato or jacket potato. So this recipe, as I always say, is really easy to do, but I promise you this one is very simple. It does take some time, however, but the effort is worth the results. This is a delicious dish. We all love it, and I thought we could have it for dinner this evening, and of course while I was making it I thought I'd share the recipe with you. So here is how to make my delicious barbecue lemon balm chicken with sweet jacket potato or jacket potato. Firstly, I'm going to preheat the oven to 200 degrees. While the oven is preheating, I'm going to make my sauce. So I've peeled and grated all of my vegetables and sliced and diced. So now I have just put a large pan onto a high heat, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of oil to the base of the pan, and I'm going to leave this pan to heat up. My pan has started to get nice and hot, so what I have done is I have peeled, sliced and diced 1 red onion, and I'm going to put that into the pan like so. And I'm going to fry the onion until it starts to soften and go clear and see-through, basically. The onions are starting to soften beautifully and they are starting to go clear and see-through. So I'm just going to turn the heat down on my pan a little bit because it's getting a wee bit too hot. And now I'm going to add in 1 carrot that I have peeled and grated. It should have been a courgette, but unfortunately I didn't have any courgettes in my fridge, so I'm just using a carrot. And as I said, I'm just going to put this into the base of the pan, and I've grated it because I find that grating the vegetables makes them cook slightly quicker, and also they soften a bit quicker as well. And if I am making a sauce where I'm not going to blend it, I will be blending this sauce later on. But if I am making a sauce where I'm not going to blend it, I generally tend to like to grate it, because then my husband and son don't know that it's in there, and they eat it without knowing. So, and there are no complaints and no picking out carrots and things. So yes, naughty mummy, but it works. So if it works, don't break it. Don't try to fix it, should I say? Sorry. Right, so I'm just going to continue to stir these ingredients around the pan until everything starts to soften. Everything has softened really nicely, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some herbs and spices to this. So I'm going to add some smoked paprika to the bottom of the pan, and that's 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and then I'm going to add a teaspoon of ground ginger as well. I've only got a little bit left, so I'm just going to put what's in there, if you know what I mean. And then I'm going to add a little bit of ground cumin as well, so about a teaspoon of ground cumin. And then I'm also going to add some cayenne pepper. I'm not going to add it very much cayenne pepper because my son doesn't like things too spicy, but if you prefer things spicier, then you can always add a little bit more. So I'm just going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper, not too much as I said. And then I'm going to add some dried mixed herbs to this as well. So just a teaspoon of dried mixed herbs, and then I'm also going to add in some garlic granules as well. So I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of garlic granules. And then I'm just going to continue to fry this for a minute or so until everything is well mixed together, like that. I think that's enough. Just going to turn the heat down again because it is starting to burn a little bit on the bottom. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a tin of tomatoes to this as well. So I've got 1 tin of tomatoes. I'm going to pop in. And then I'm also going to add in some chicken stock as well. So I'm going to add in about 250 ml of chicken stock. And I think that's about half a can. And I like to get the juice from around the can out by pouring the chicken stock into it. It's a little trick my grandmother taught me many years ago, and I really appreciate her for teaching me that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about a tablespoon or two of tomato puree, and I'm also going to add some tamari to this as well. So tamari is a gluten-free soya sauce. It's soya sauce, but it's gluten-free and it's fermented for slightly longer as well, so it's meant to be slightly better for the body. So I'm just going to add about a tablespoon of that in as well. And I'm going to turn my heat back on. So I've turned my heat back on and I've turned it up to high again to try and get everything to boil. And I'm also going to add my herbs in at this point. So in this bowl here I have a very small handful of lemon balm. This is the last of the lemon balm that I managed to salvage from the garden. So if you are considering using lemon balm, then you can buy lemon balm dried, but the only place I've ever found it is online. So if you want to buy it, then I will put a link in the description box below for you. It's not an advert for that company, but I just know a place you can buy it dried. And then I've also got some rosemary in here as well, and this is rosemary picked from the garden. Thank goodness rosemary in our garden seems to grow all year round, so I don't have to worry about that too much. So I'm just going to add those herbs to this sauce, like so. That smells really good already. And I'm going to bring this to the boil and I'm going to leave it to simmer for about half an hour or so, or until the sauce starts to go quite jammy. So I'll bring it to the boil and then I'll turn the heat down and I'm just going to leave it to simmer on the hob. And hopefully the sauce will go quite jammy, and that will make a really lovely rich sauce for the chicken. The sauce has come to the boil, so I'm just going to turn this down to a medium to low heat. And as I said, I'm just going to leave it to simmer without the lid on, so that some of the steam will come off it and hopefully it will make it really lovely and jammy. The oven has preheated, so I've popped the chicken into my baking tray, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes or until the juices run clear. So the chicken has cooked, and I can tell it's cooked because the juices are running clear from the chicken when I put the skewer in. If you put the skewer in and the juice runs out and it's clear, then that means the chicken is cooked. So I'm going to take this out of the oven and I'm going to leave it to cool. I just left the sauce on the hob for about half an hour on a very low heat, and as you can see, the liquid from the sauce has all disappeared and it has become quite jammy, so it's quite sticky and it's quite thick as well, and that will make a brilliant sauce. So I'm going to remove this from the heat now and I'm going to leave it to cool. While I've left everything to cool, I have washed and dried my potatoes, and then I just simply pierce them with a knife, and I'm going to put these into the oven for about an hour. If you didn't want to wait that long, you can cook the potatoes alongside the chicken as well, but I don't mind. I'm just going to put this in now and I'm going to cook these potatoes off for an hour. The sauce that I have been making has now cooled, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into my blender and I'm going to blend all of these ingredients together, and I'm hopefully going to have a lovely smooth barbecue sauce. So I'm just going to put everything in here like so. I'm going to put my lid on, and then as I said, I'm going to blend all of these ingredients together. Blended my sauce until it is smooth, and it is quite a thick sauce as well, so if you do need to add a little bit of water to get it to blend, then that's absolutely okay, but only a little bit, because otherwise you'll make it a bit too runny. But that is my barbecue sauce done. So the chicken has been resting. I've left it for about half an hour or so. It doesn't really matter if it's cold chicken by the time you come to shred it, because you're just going to add it to the sauce, and you might heat it up again if you want to, but this is really nice hot or cold, this dish. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to just simply shred the chicken with my fork like so, and I'm going to continue to do this until I've shredded all of the chicken. So I've shredded all of the chicken as best I can, and I've added the sauce to a bowl. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sauce in with the chicken, and I'm going to mix all of these ingredients together. So I'm just going to put all this chicken in. There is rather a lot of chicken here, so I think this might make a few more meals than 4. I think this was 2 very large breasts of chicken that I used. So as I said, I'm just going to mix both of these together now, like so. And I'm going to make sure that all of the chicken is covered in the sauce. And then all I have to do is wait for the jacket potatoes to cook and then serve this up. It smells so good, I just have to say that. It smells really delicious in here. The jacket potatoes have finished cooking, so I'm going to cut them open and serve them with the sauce that I've just made, the chicken and sauce, and that will be our dinner for this evening. I have cut the sweet jacket potato open, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of this chicken, barbecue chicken, to the sweet jacket potato, like so. I'm going to get another big bit, I think. And that, my friends, is our dinner done. That's how you make my delicious barbecue lemon balm chicken with sweet potato or jacket potato, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be having this for my dinner this evening, and it smells so good, I can't wait. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye!